CHICKEN. Use the code chicken in the shop. CHICKEN.
Guys, the chicken is here. We are back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, what we're going to be talking about is kind of a wrap-up on Season 20. And going forward, Season 21, PROTOS. Now, I believe we've actually had the season before, if I remember correctly. But I'm excited for it, you know. I'm excited for it for a couple of reasons, which I'll get into in a second. But, guys, don't forget to make sure you got code chicken plugged in, because we're doing our giveaway at the end of this week. C-H-I-C, damn it. C-H-I-C-K-E-N, not M-N. See, that's the whole point of the song, guys. So make sure you got us plugged in there, because I'm doing the giveaway at the end of March. So it'll be right in time for Season 21 to start. So I'm going to give away $100 worth of free instant training to get back to you guys for supporting the channel by using the code, and to hopefully give some of you guys that never buy IT a good start on this season. So here's where we ended up. 24-2. Not my proudest season by any means, but I was happy with it. And so let's talk about Season 20 first before we get into too much. Oh, I can't show replays or anything. So I was happy with Season 20. I felt like it was a good season. Now, there was a couple issues with it. I felt like in the tech tree, we kind of had 2 points throughout the season. Here, I got to do something that's exciting instead of just talking. We could do Hammerman, I guess. Yeah, I just felt like there was a couple points in the season that, like, really there wasn't a lot of progression. There wasn't a lot of, like, effective tech nodes to unlock for people to push them forward. You know, kind of, we harp on it every season. It happens, you know. Obviously, it's going to happen in points, but I felt like this season, especially, like, to get to Diamond, like, if you didn't do it super early, it felt really hard, and it just got kind of stale in that little bit. I don't know if there's a way around that with Warships. I don't, with the way everything works right now. But I'm just saying, you know, from my perspective on how the season went, that was definitely a negative. So there was that, and then it got a little bit grindy, I think, between 3 and 4 engines, like it always does. But yeah, it seemed like it got, you know, it seemed like progression got, you know, kind of slowed down a lot earlier than usual. But other than that, I mean, look at some of the stuff that we ask for every season, right? Like, we want the season to be different. We want the troop combos to be different. We want the attack menus to be different. We had that for, you know, a lot of the season. For most of the season, really. I mean, I was using Warriors and Riflemen, like, right through, I believe, well, there was a lot of people using Warriors and Riflemen right through into Diamond. You know, I think I was right on the cusp of getting there when I was still using that, but you know, when have Warriors ever gone that far into the meta, or Riflemen for that matter? So yeah, that was definitely cool to see. You know, it was different. It was hard. It was not easy, but that's what Warships is all about, right? It's just, you know, something weird, something wacky, something that's not spread out heavy Zuka. You know, like the main base. So from that point, I felt like they kind of knocked it out of the park just with the simple tech tree changes. And what I really enjoyed about this season was it seemed like it got very fair towards the end. You know, everyone was, for most of us, the grind kind of stopped around 6 engines, or at 6 engines. Sorry, like a maxed out 6ER base. Not a lot of people went to 7. That wasn't really beneficial for, you know, most of the player base. So I thought it was really cool the last, like, 2 or 3 days. It felt like everyone had the same stuff, and everyone was just gunning. Like, everyone was pushing the season. Everyone wanted to get that top 500, and I thought that was just great. It was, you know, a lot of competition. You know, there was a lot of, you know, figuring out the best bases. Unfortunately for me, I wasn't able to pull out the top 500. I was right there. I was, at one point, I was 30 stars away from locking it down. I was just, you know, I was busy this weekend. Not that it's an excuse. It's just I chose to do other things instead of grinding out Warships. So I inevitably paid the price for it. I tried to push on the very last night a little bit, and it just, are these Grenadiers ever going to finish? I guess I threw it in a 4-speed. Yeah, I tried to push on the last night a little bit, but it was just, I was exhausted and I was just too stressed. And I was like, you know what? I'm over 24. I'm going to throw in the towel here, and, you know, we're going to make another run for it next season. But it's not really that important, as you'll see, once you have the top 500 trophy. Because I believe it's bugged. I believe it only ever shows you one season. Maybe I'm wrong. We could probably go to someone else in the task force. that has one that's been there multiple times. Oh, no, it does show. Okay. Shish got his mech loaded up. Awesome. Yeah, okay, so we'll go back to Hammerman. In other news, I have the air conditioning on for the first time in a long time, which is great. Summer's around the corner. Spring is here. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I'm building out a new studio room. It's going to be clean. It's going to be great. I love this, what I got set up here, but I'm just too cramped. It's too small. And I don't. I find honestly, I just don't like being in this room. So like, if I want to get into streaming more. So that's the biggest thing to me is like I want to be in a space that I want to spend more time in. That I don't feel like I'm just kind of like crunched in. And it's like don't touch anything or it's all gonna fall apart. So I think that'll be worth in the long run. But chicken studio plans aside, yeah. So that was some of the stuff that I liked about it. Some of the stuff that I didn't like about season 20. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you did in the comments, of course, and let me know if you let me know if you like if you pushed towards the end or if you had fun with it. Like I felt like it ended on a really high note. Everyone was kind of at an even pace, and like everyone was matched up evenly. It wasn't about tech. It was just who's gonna beat who's got the better base, who's got the better time, who's got the better skill with the attack meta. And everything like that. So I really liked it from that aspect. But yeah, so that's season 20. Now we look forward to season 21, and it's we know the name of it is PROTOS. So first off, that's great that it has a name. The seasons don't always have a name. So just to give us something to kind of speculate on is always kind of fun. Now prototypes, prototroops or prototypes. Now it just says PROTOS. I assume that means prototroops. So that's going to be Lasertron, Rainmaker. And what's the other one? The flame tank. What do you call it? Incinerator, something like that. Which is great. Those are good, troops. But the problem, there's two problems with proto troops. The main problem is they cost way too much GBE to even consider using warships. Second problem is they're very slow. So I mean, yeah, you're gonna clear bases with them, but they're never really competitive. It's like the mechs, right? They're just simply too slow, so there's never really any good use for them. Especially when you're factoring in how many keys they cost to unlock and stuff, it just doesn't make sense. And the one thing that I really don't like that they do about these kind of themed seasons is when they theme the season around something that's stupid. Like to theme a warship season around the mech troop that is completely 100% useless in warships just seems dumb. I'm sorry, it just seems dumb. It's like it's like having if you're doing an operation on I don't even know Duplexity, and you have the operation named the Warrior Operation. It's like, okay, that's cool. You named it that. Nobody's gonna use them, right? It's just kind of silly. So that being said, I'm still always excited for the new season, regardless of whatever name is on it. Sometimes they come out with new stuff and it's cool, i.e. melon bombers, things like that. That's always a blast. But I always look forward to the new season because we never really know what's until the sneak peeks come out. We never really know what's gonna happen. Are we gonna have melon bombardiers? Are we gonna have stuff in such a wacky position that it makes it drastically different right off the start? We don't know that. We don't know that. So, I mean, yeah, is there going to be some useless prototroops thrown into the tech tree that nobody's going to use? Probably. Does that mean it's going to be a bad season? Absolutely not. I think there's a lot to look forward to. And, I think it's pretty rare. Even, sometimes if we look at the tech tree early on and gripe and groan, it's like, oh, that's not going to be, that's not going to be easy or whatever. As long as it's not the same. As long as it doesn't go from, simply heavy rush to, some sort of bomber to heavy choppers. As long as it's not the same thing in terms of that stuff. Even if it is and it's kind of mixed in differently, or you're in weird spots, or the deck layouts are really cool. There's a ton of variability in warships where we can have the same tech tree and that doesn't the same stuff on the tech tree, but as long as it's put in different kind of wacky positions, that's the fun of it, right? That's the fun of it, is figuring out the maps, figuring out the metas, and everything like that. So for those reasons, I am looking forward to season 21, proto troops or protos. It could mean prototype defenses, I guess, but I can't see that really being a thing. Also, I think boom surprises should target air troops, because they're like the only single turning unit that only targets ground, from what I understand. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of that. That's what I'm looking forward to for Protos. That's what I thought of Season 20. I want to hear what you guys had to say down below in that comment section. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is going to wrap it up for the video today. Did we just stop Hammerman? Wait, that was not 7. That was not 7. I'm getting too excited. That was, what, 5? Yeah, it was 5. Okay. Wow. Got some work left to do. But guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. That is going to wrap up the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. And we'll see you next one, guys. Chicken out. Back.